who will be starting for them. Daniil McGee, Kyron Davis, J.J. Lytle, and, man, I didn't get the fifth starter. Oh, Prout, Bryson Prout. And for Vandebilt, their starting five is going to be right. Let's have some fun here. It's going to be number 11, Nixon, jumping against number 4, McGee. We'll be playing on in just a second.
Yeah, McGee looks to have a little bit size to him.
This is Sidney Ward as the ball at midcourt. He's going to toss it up in just a second. And we are underway with the Terriers controlling the tip. Coleman getting it to Matthews, and just like that, it is 2-0 Vandebilt. Nice little jump ball play from Vandebilt right out of the chute.
Terriers coming a little bit three-quarter court press.
Vaughn with a quick three. How about that for an answer? Tyler Vaughn with a three-point make, and it's 3-2. Coleman into left side to Matthews, riding a screen. Back to Coleman. Coleman attacks with a little teardrop, splashes it home. So a good shot from Jaden Coleman, a young man that I have been knowing his entire life, and he's always been a great basketball player. Vaughn the other way to McGee, and the paint will travel.
Yeah, Hurricanes are in a South Plaquemines Hurricanes. They're in a zone to start the game off in a 2-3 zone.
I was wondering the mascot. It is Hurricanes. Yep, it is across their jersey, too.
That's how I knew it.
Jay Smith has possession of the basketball for Vanderbilt, loses it, and Coleman will take it back. Jaden Coleman from the mid-range, strong off the heel. Rebound goes to Burnell. Now out for a three-point try. That's good for Terrell Nixon. So the Terriers splash home a three, and they lead 7-3 in the early stages. Hurricanes come the other way. Get it into the lane for a teardrop floater. That's good by Lytle. So, boy, we got a fast-paced game in the early stages. We barely played a minute. We got 12 points. Matthews using the screen, top of the key three. That's his shot, and he makes it. Jordan Matthews showing why he's the reigning district MVP in our 4A district. And it's 10-5.
I don't know if he had a missed shot yet.
A three-point try from South Plaque at the other end is good. Lytle scores it. These teams are on fire. 18 points scored in the first minute, 45. 6:15 on a rolling clock. Smith getting it back to Coleman. Coleman thinks about the shot, gets into the lane, tries to force it inside. It's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Terriers. Chance to exhale a little bit. Goodness, we've had a fast start.
Now this pace is going to have to definitely favor the Terriers.
Vanderbilt gets it in bounds. Jaden Coleman gets it out to Matthews. He's been red hot. Missed that one strong. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes will come the other way. Lytle down the floor, quick to Davis. Now to the corner for a three-point try. Boy, they're coming out of the gate smoking. Tyler Vaughn scores it, and it's 11-10, South Plaquemines. Light crowd here. Not a whole lot of folks in the gym. Kind of quiet vibe, but the teams are making some noise as Matthews attempts a wing three. No. Rebound goes to South Plaquemines. That's McGee. Here come the Hurricanes with possession and a one-point lead. Vaughn has 6 early points. Picks up his dribble. Reversing it near midcourt to Davis. Davis holding the basketball. He's guarded by Matthews. South Plaque will now be patient with the lead.
Terriers in a zone, 1-2-2 zone.
Lytle. Ball at the top of the key, working to the right side. Vaughn, now to the corner they go. Back top of the key, nearly stolen, but attack and get it to Vaughn for a three. He's made 2 already, missed that one badly. Rebound goes to the Terriers. It's Nixon on the rebound, now Matthews. Long pass to Coleman on the left side of the floor. Back to Matthews, top of the key, reversing it to the right side. Nixon. Coleman on the left baseline, attacks baseline, gets the defenders in the air, but I think he bounced it off of his foot. Nope, he'll bounce it off of the defender's foot. And Vandebilt will keep possession.
Yeah, good help defense by Proud for the Hurricanes.
4:48 to go in the opening quarter. It's 11-10, South Plaquemines. Vandebilt in possession. Coleman get to Matthews on the right side. Back to Coleman, top of the key. Terriers working the ball around. Using a screen as Matthews. He's had a quick start to the game. Now they get it to Burnell. Now they work it to the corner for a three-point try. That's no good, but Smith. Rebound goes to the Canes.
Hey, come middle, come middle.
South Plaquemines has done what we said they needed to do. They've gotten off to a fast start. Now they get it to the corner for a three. Vong, short. Rebound goes up in the air to McGee. McGee's having it pulled away from him by the Terriers, who are now pushed down the floor. Here comes Matthews, getting it to Coleman at the rim. He's fouled. So Jaden Coleman will go and shoot two with 4:09 to go in the opening quarter. The sophomore will be shooting two.
Yeah, high-paced game so far. A lot of outside shots, not much working on the inside.
Coleman misses the free throw. He is the nephew of Lionheart Leslie, who was the great Vandebilt basketball player, and the nephew of Summer Leslie, arguably the best women's basketball player here. He's got it in his blood. He makes one of two, and we're tied at 11. Jaden Coleman also has a brother on this team, Jahari Coleman, who we'll see a little later tonight. He's a big piece of this program. Davis getting it to Vong. Back to Davis on the left side. Deflected and stolen by Matthews. Terriers are in transition. That's where they like to be. And Matthews misses the bunny layup. Goodness. South Platte catches a break. Vong back the other way, all the way through. Feeds it inside to McGee, who lays it up and in. Good ball movement from the Hurricanes. Hurricanes lead by 2. Vandebilt. Coleman in possession of the basketball, directing traffic. Gets it to Matthews on the right wing and just clean threw it away. And the Terriers are getting a line change. J.J. Johnson coming in, Jahari Coleman coming in, Jalen Coleman coming in, Sam Kennard coming in, and the big fella is Silas Hill.
Now, you don't know how much effect it has on the Terriers playing this tournament this past weekend.
They look a little flat, don't they?
Yeah, good move by Coach V right there to get 5 new guys into the game.
Tell you what, you know you got a good team, though, when you're going to these guys, because these are all some all-district caliber players, including Coleman, Jalen Coleman, who misses the layup in transition. And it'll go out of bounds.
The Terriers have a little bit size with Hill, and I like the way Sam Kennard plays on the inside. I think that's going to help him out this stretch here in the first quarter.
Davis coming the other way for the Hurricanes. They have a 2-point lead at the 3-minute mark. Vong made a couple of long ones. Well, that's from the parking lot, and he missed that one strong. Rebound goes to Jalen Coleman, high through the air. Coleman getting it to the left corner as Jahari Coleman missed the shot. Rebound goes to South Platte. They're trying to push it down the floor. The Terriers are grabbing at the basketball. Can't get possession. Now they got it, and it'll be in transition. Going for a slam was J.T. Johnson, but he draws the foul. So 2 shots coming for Johnson. Johnson had evil intentions there. He was trying to flush it down.
Yes, the Terriers play best when they're playing fast. And right here, Hurricanes were just a little bit out of control. Terriers took advantage of it and got the steal.
Free throw is good. 13-12 the score in favor of South Platte. 2:44 to go in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us on ESPN 100.3. We're back here Wednesday for another game of the week, and boy, we got a treat for you as the free throw's no good. I'll tell you about our Wednesday game in just a second. Kennard gets the rebound, drives all the way through with the floater, no. Rebound tipped up, and the Hurricanes have it. Davis losing the dribble, but gets it back. Very closely guarded, gets it to Lytle. Vong feeding it inside. Vong on the baseline, penetrates, loses the dribble, and here comes Vandebilt. Johnson getting it to Jahari Coleman. Coleman at the rim will lay it up at the left and lay it in. So Jahari Coleman scores it, and it's 14-13. Jahari Coleman steals it on the other end, and here he comes, getting it to Jalen Coleman. Coleman picks up the dribble, back to Jahari Coleman, top of the key three. Bang! And the Terriers strike for a 5-0 run with Jahari Coleman doing all the scoring there. They call him Jay around here. It's a 4-point game. Vong.
A tempo game.
Working on Jahari Coleman. Picks up the dribble. Gets it inside. Stolen by Kennard. Here comes Vandebilt. Jalen Coleman in transition. Lays it up and in. A timeout by South Plaquemines. Partner, they can't play this up and down pace with Vandebilt for the full 4 quarters. They're going to have to figure out a way to slow down that tidal wave.
Yeah, look, the depth from Vandebilt. He's going to wear out the Hurricanes. Vandebilt wants to play fast. There's no way the Hurricanes can play at this tempo the entire game. And what a great move by Coach Leon Veal with 3 minutes left to go in the first period, subs out his 5 guys with 5 fresh guys, and it paid off for him, opened up a 6-point lead.
5 Vandebilt players have already scored. Another has attempted 2 free throws, didn't convert either of them, but this goes to show that depth. They have so many guys who are confident touching the basketball, and that's how they have scored 19 points with 1:32 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, South Plaquemines got to find a way to slow the tempo down, but they can still do it now, only down 6. But if you start letting this game get away from you early, it's going to be a long night.
No doubt about that. Let's see if they could finish the quarter strong. It's a big 92 seconds here for the Hurricanes. They'll roll the ball in. Davis working on Jalen Coleman. They get it to the middle of the zone, and they'll have it pulled away by Jahari Coleman. Here comes Jahari in transition at the rim. No. Rebound goes to the Canes. That's McGee getting it to his guard, Davis. South Plaque coming the other way. It's deflected out of bounds by Johnson. Johnson has been active since coming into the ballgame. Really, this whole 5-man unit has been active since coming into the ballgame. They've played very well. South Plaque with 1:05 to go in the opening quarter. Happier with this on ESPN 100.3. They'll attack baseline, feed it inside, and it'll stay with the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes have to get some type of bucket here.
Davis will inbound. Get it into McGee. Back to Davis, shoots the mid-range. No. Rebound goes to the big fella Hill. Gets it to the guard Coleman, and the Terriers looking to push. Jahari Coleman gets it to the baseline. Jalen Coleman thinks about the shot, feeds it into Kennard. Now out to Johnson. Good ball movement by Vandebilt, but we have an assumption shuffle from Jay Coleman.
Yeah, good call by the official.
43.8 to go in the opening quarter. Happier with this. Our game of the week. Davis coming quickly the other way, getting it to McGee. Offensive. Nope, no, they're not an offensive foul. Travel. Thought it was a charge. Could have been a charge, but he traveled before the charge.
Yeah, Sam Kennard was in great defensive position. It was either going to be a charge or a traveling violation.
Do the Terriers maybe hold for one? 33 seconds to go in the opening quarter. They're up by 6. They get it to the right side, Johnson. Johnson back to Jahari Coleman. He made a 3 a second ago. Oh, in and out. Touched every part of the rim before falling out. Now Davis with the Hurricanes coming the other way. Kennard pulls it away. Another turnover. In transition, Johnson with the Euro step. Tough shot in the lane, but he makes it anyway. And it's 21-13. 10 seconds to go. The Hurricanes have Davis in possession of the ball to McGee. Forcing it inside. Stolen. But Vaughn gets it for a 3 at the buzzer. That's no good, and that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. Vandebilt 21, South Plaquemines 13. Whew, we got to catch our breath. We're going back and forth. We'll be back in 1 minute. It's our game of the week with the Terriers up by 8 on ESPN 100.3.
Whether you compete on a court, on a field, in an alley, or out in the open, in a pool, a track, gym, or course, Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center will help keep you safe. Winning is your priority, your safety is ours. With concussion testing technology, prevention education, and sports nutrition counseling, we bring our A game, so you can too. Play it safe with Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center.
Just start with Coach Brian Colley. Partner, what are some things that the Terriers have to do to extend their lead here in the second quarter?
Keep playing what they're doing. Up-tempo game, get steals, try to convert the layups, and knock down threes. Have wide open threes, just knock them down.
It's that same 5-man group that came in at about the 4-minute mark. Coleman, Johnson, Hill, and Kennard on the floor for Vandebilt. South Plaquemines in possession first. Davis on the left wing, feeding into the middle. McGee, mid-range shot, no. Rebound goes to Kennard. So the Terriers get a stop. And it's really started at this end. This group has defended better than the first group. Jalen Coleman on the baseline to Jahari. Made a 3 a minute ago. Makes that one splash. Jahari Coleman with 8 quick points off the bench, and the Terriers have a double-digit lead.
Terriers just shooting lights out right now from three-point land.
With an all-bench lineup, which is why they're one of the best teams in the state. Lytle to Davis, back to Lytle on the left wing, attacks the baseline, and he traveled. So it's a turnover. The ball will go to Vandebilt with 7:12 to go in the second quarter.
You can see the game starting to just get away from the Hurricanes.
They had a great start. Boy, they were making everything the first 4 or 5 minutes, but the Terriers have endured that first punch. Coleman getting it to the middle, Kennard. Now Johnson with a wing three. He's wide open. He missed it strong. Rebound by one's going to go out of bounds. Good hustle by Kennard, but he knocked it out of bounds. Always like when a guy's diving into the bleachers for a loose ball, and that's what we saw there from Sam.
Yeah, that time he got caught with just one hand trying to rebound the ball. Great effort by Kennard.
One of 4 seniors on this team as Vandebilt's going to get Terrell Nixon into the game for Silas Hill. As well as one of the other seniors, Manning Smith, will check into the game for Kennard.
Come on, Ty.
Hurricanes get it in bounds. That's stolen, but don't say out of bounds. JT Johnson, or excuse me, JJ Johnson nearly stole that one. Oh, no, they'll say it's out of bounds off of South Plaque. My apologies. So the Terriers keep possession. Johnson in the corner to Coleman.
Yeah, they seem that when the inbound pass, the ball hit the goal.
Hit the goal. Okay. Jalen Coleman feeds it inside to Smith. On top of the key, they go. Nixon with a three, and Vandebilt scores it again. It's raining threes. That's Nixon's second three-pointer of the game, and it's 27-13. Terriers are flexing their muscles here in the early going. Davis has it stolen away. Here we come. Johnson in transition, feeds it to Coleman, and it is all Vandebilt right now. Jahari Coleman is in double figures. He's got 10. Vaughn coming the other way, picks up his dribble, feeds it to the middle, stolen away. Smith getting it to Jalen Coleman in transition on the right side, lays it up. No, Jahari Coleman's there for the putback. It's the Jahari Coleman show tonight, folks. He's got 12 off the bench.
Vandebilt turned their defense into easy offense once again.
Get it inside on the right block for a layup that's no good. Rebound fought for. The Terriers are trying to save it, but it'll stay with South Plaquemines. And you touched on it. Coach Beal went with a line change. 5 new players. That new group defended better than the first group did, and it is creating this offense in this 18-point lead. South Plaque to inbound. And it's deflected off of the inbounder. So it was deflected, and then it hit the inbounder who was still standing on the baseline, so it would go to the Terriers. Jaden Coleman in possession of the basketball to his brother Jahari. Reverse pass to Johnson, out to Jaden Coleman. Now Jahari Coleman. To the middle they go. That's Nixon. Johnson on the right wing. Johnson waiting on a screen. Reverse pass to Jahari Coleman. He's had the hot hand. Shoots a mid-range. Got it. Boy. Jahari Coleman is red hot. He has more points than the entire South Plaquemines team right now with 14.
Great ball movement by the Terriers that last possession.
Encore getting it to the right side. Stevenson feeding it to the middle. Stolen away. Here comes Vandebilt. Jahari Coleman in transition. Mad dash to the rim. Nice move, and he missed the layup. Beautiful move. Couldn't finish. Now here come the Hurricanes. Lytle working on Jalen Coleman. Picks up the dribble to the corner. Encore feeds it to the middle. And we have a foul, push foul called. You know, as much aggression as Vandebilt has on defense, they have not fouled a whole lot in this game. They have played clean.
And what happened, Manning just had his hand on the guy's back in the post, and that's going to be a foul every time.
So it's the first foul of the second quarter, 4:47 to go in the second quarter, and South Plaque throws it away on the inbounds. The turnovers are starting to pile up for them.
That's a turnover, at least it's a dead ball turnover. Doesn't give the Terriers a chance to come and score a layup in transition.
Coleman. There's Jaden Coleman getting it to Johnson. To the middle, they go Nixon. Feeds it to the left side. Matthews, no. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Oh, Matthews tried to steal it away, but now the Hurricanes come the other way. Encore. Right side of the floor picks up the dribble, nearly has it stolen away, but Lytle has it now. It is poked away. Terriers at big numbers. Coleman feeding it to Matthews, who lays it up and in. When it's a track meet, you're not going to slow these guys down. They run like thoroughbreds. They've got 35 points. There's still 4 minutes to go in the half. Partner, I'm getting the feeling we're going to have a fast second half, if you understand what I'm saying. Stevenson on the right side of the floor, getting it to the middle. Prout shoots it up, and there you go. There's 2 for the Hurricanes. Good shot there from Bryson Prout.
Good strong move by Prout on the inside for the Hurricanes.
Jaden Coleman getting it to Johnson on the right side. Now Matthews. Matthews feeding it to Manning Smith. Now back to Jaden Coleman. Feeds it inside. Beautiful look. And a good finish from Terrell Nixon, who has 8.
Yeah, Nixon just camping out in that short corner. Did a good job of finding him on the post. And once he got the ball, had a nice move to the basket.
Hurricanes have it deflected and stolen away again. Here comes Vandebilt off to the races. 4-on-2 break. They'll reverse it to Jaden Coleman, who will get it to Matthews on the left wing. Matthews does a little dance, gets it to Coleman in the corner for a triple. Short. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. It's Ancor. Ancor nearly has it stolen, but it'll be deflected out of bounds to Vandebilt. Well, Vandebilt does something that, as an announcer, I don't like, but boy, as a guy who likes basketball, I love. As soon as I look down to see the name, the ball's already been passed somewhere else. They move the ball so freely.
Yeah, great ball movement, and the spacing on the floor is outstanding tonight.
Sandolph has the ball at the top of the key, getting it to Matthews. Matthews attacks the right baseline. Now back top of the key. Sandolph steps into one. How about it? They are all making threes tonight in the white jerseys. It's 40-15. The Terriers are putting it on them. 2:38 to go in the second quarter. All Vandebilt. This was 11-10 South Plaque, so you do the math of the run that is. It's 29-4 run. They get it to the left corner for a 3, short. Rebound goes to Coleman. It's Jaden Coleman. Jaden pushing it down the floor, getting it to Matthews in the right corner, attacks the lane. Nice pass to Sandolph, who missed it. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Now the Hurricanes coming down the floor. Ancor. 2:10 to go in the opening half. Ancor to midcourt, getting it to Stevenson. Stevenson nearly goes over and back, and a foul will be called on Sandolph, reaching in on the pass, getting into the passing lanes. Hurricanes have been hit by a haymaker in the last couple of minutes. Stevenson to Ancor. They get it inside. Defender gets up in the air. Shot no good. The putback is good and one, so Prout will score it. Basket in the foul will make it 40-17, pending the free throw.
Yeah, nice job by Nixon on defense for the Terriers. Came across. Prout missed the first shot. Did a good job staying with and got his own rebound. Chance for an and one.
He's got 4 with a chance to make it 5, and he got it. So he does have 5, and it's 40-18. 1:54 to go to late stages of the opening half. Coleman will get it to Matthews, and we play on. Back to Coleman. A team full of Colemans is Jaden Coleman. Getting it to his brother Jahari. Now to the left side of the floor. Inside they go to Hill, who backs down. Strong move, missed it. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Here come the Hurricanes in transition, feeding into the paint, deflected and stolen. Vandebilt off to the races. Matthews, one-on-one, lays it up and missed it. Put back by Coleman, though. They're fighting for the rebound, and Coleman pulls it away. Jahari Coleman to Matthews on the left side of the rim, lays it up, and will draw the foul. So Vandebilt will go shoot 2 more. They missed a couple of layups in that possession, but just so aggressive attacking the basketball.
Yeah, they don't give up on the play. They missed the layups, but they got the rebound. They just so darn quick.
Matthews has 7 points at the free throw line with a chance to get to 9. Free throw is up and rattles home. It's 41-18, our score in favor of the Terriers with 1:22 to go in the opening half. Matthews' his second shot. He missed that one, rattles out. So 1 of 2, and here comes South Plaquemine. Ancor getting it to the right side. Stevenson with a 3. Air ball. Rebound goes to the Terriers. Pushing it down the floor. Coleman, Jaden Coleman feeding it inside to Sandolph. And it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Terriers. 1:08 to go.
Yeah, Sandolph had the right read on the play, getting it to the guy in the corner. South Plaquemine made a good play.
Jaden Coleman getting it to Matthews. They feed it inside to Hill, who lays it up. No. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Make a point here next time we have a stoppage. The Hurricanes come the other way, and they fight on the floor. Ankar with a three. Got it. So 3 points for South Platte. And they've cut it to 20. Matthews trying to answer. Just like that. The Terriers take the 3 points back. 44-21. The score, 35 seconds to go in the opening half. Hurricanes get it to the left wing, now top of the key. That's Ankar. Ankar to the left side, McGee feeding the paint. That's Prout backing down in traffic and will draw the foul. So the point that I was going to make is, as the foul is committed with 19 seconds, the Hurricanes will shoot 2. We often have these conversations on social media of, is a shot clock ever coming to the LHSA? If it does, it ain't going to bother those guys in white one bit.
No.
It will not be something that they would be affected by. The free throw is no good from Prout.
Touch, Bryce, touch.
Well, you look ahead to Friday's game against Bourgeois.
It's going to be a fun one. They take on HL Bourgeois over here on Friday. That is, in my opinion, the 2 top teams in the area. Terrebonne may have something to say about that. Missed them both. Rebound goes to Hill. Terriers with a chance to maybe hold for 1, but they're coming back in a blur. Matthews on the right side of the floor. Clock down to 10. Jaden Coleman. Coleman to Matthews on the right wing. Clock down to 6. Terriers got to make a move. Matthews throws it away, and here come the Hurricanes, but it's stolen back by Jaden Coleman at the buzzer short. And that'll bring us to halftime with our score. Vandebilt 44, South Plaquemines 21. We'll be back. It's our game of the week on ESPN 100.3. We will be back in 3 minutes to break down the action.
Whether you compete on a court, on a field, in an alley, or out in the open, in a pool, a track, gym, or course, Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center will help keep you safe. Winning is your priority, your safety is ours. With concussion testing technology, prevention education, and sports nutrition counseling, we bring our A game so you can too. Play it safe with Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center.
At Bourgeois Meat Market, our slogan is Miracles in Meat since 1891. To be in business over 130 years, the most important thing is to have a quality product. The next most important thing is customer service. Our old meat market is in Schriever, Louisiana, and we're really proud to be opening up our brand new store in Gray, Louisiana. We have Rev at both locations now. So all these new scales and our POS system runs on technology, and we need Rev to make that happen for us. I highly recommend Rev Business.
Great news, home of businesses. We're here. We are Rev, a telecommunications provider with powerful solutions and unmatched local support. We've been bringing Louisiana people, businesses, and culture together for 85 years. Our fiber network delivers superior internet, phone, and security. It's big business technology with small business personal service. For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
Are you searching for the next best thing for your finances? At Synergy Bank, we have everything you've been searching for in a community bank. Stop by to visit our friendly team at Synergy locations near you or anytime online at synergybank.com. Member FDIC.
that, they just get into that rhythm, and my goodness, they start hitting them threes. It's tough to stop, but basically when Coach Veal put that, I'm gonna call them second five, but the five that came in off the bench tonight.
Yeah, so there ain't no second five.
Those guys can probably start at any team in the district.
Yep.
There's like no drop off. In fact, it was a spark for them.
Yep, no doubt about that. So we start the third quarter. The Terriers will have possession. They are now going right to left. It'll be Jaden Coleman inbounding the basketball. Mr. Sidney Ward hands him said basketball. And we play on. He gets to his brother Jahari Coleman. Jahari Coleman had a big first half. They get it to Matthews in the left corner. Matthews defended closely. Gets back to Jahari Coleman. Now back to Matthews on the baseline. Triple threat position. Attacks the baseline. Shoots the mid-range. Short. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. So they got to stop, and then they throw it away. Nope, deflected out of bounds. Got to handle the pressure.
Terriers coming with a full court pressure.
Stevenson picks up the dribble, being closely guarded, gets it to the middle of the floor. McGee at the rim, lays it up and in. So there you go. You get a stop and get a bucket and make it a 21-point game. Quickly the other way, Matthews. Coleman, Jahari Coleman getting it to Jaden Coleman into the lane with the teardrop. That one was deflected, and it goes to the Hurricanes. So a couple of early stops. Now Ankar coming hard the other way at the rim, lays it up. No. Rebound tapped to Jahari Coleman, and here come the Terriers. Hard down the floor. What a find and what a pass to Nixon. Unselfish play from Jahari Coleman, and Nixon's having a big night. He's got 10. Pass down the floor against the press for the Hurricanes. Stevenson's got it. The Terriers are ripping away at it, trying to pull it away. McGee backs down and he commits an offensive foul. McGee did like Ezekiel Elliott there, just lowered his shoulder and ran over the defender. That was an easy call for the official.
You see the start of the second half here. The Terriers had the ball to inbound to start the second half. So it wasn't at an up tempo, it was a little bit slower. And South Plaque did a good job of getting a stop.
Jahari Coleman to the middle they go. There's Nixon. Now to Matthews on the right side. Back to Jahari Coleman on the left side. Now to Johnson. Long reverse pass to the corner. Matthews. Nothing but the bottom. Jordan Matthews is too good a player to be that open. He's the reigning MVP in our local 4A district. He's having a big night.
Well, when you can make a skip pass from corner to corner and knock the three down, that's big.
And the Terriers get a steal. Off to the races. Nixon. So he missed a slam. Now here come the Terriers. Get the offensive rebound. Coleman. Back to Matthews. Coleman. He steps into a triple. Short. Rebound goes flying in. There's Ankar. Hurricanes are being very closely guarded, but they'll get it out of the scrum and try to come the other way. Stevenson has it pulled away by Coleman, and the Terriers will get it under the basket. There's Nixon, now to the corner. Matthews, who's been hot, attack, shoots the mid-range, splash. And a timeout by Leon Veal, a 30-second timeout, and boy, Matthews is running wild. He's got 16. The Terriers have several players in double figures. They lead 51-23. And, partner, you mentioned it. When they got to take it out under the bucket, they're a little easier to slow down. But the problem is it's hard to get them to take it out under the bucket.
Yeah, the first 45 seconds of the third quarter, South Plaque, they defended. They Terriers inbounded the ball. You defend. They got the stop. They came down, got a bucket. But then when the tempo picks up, the Terriers are just – and, look, give Coach Veal credit. I think this group here that started the game, he may not have been too satisfied with them, but he's coming and put pressure to start this second half to get these guys going.
51-23 to score in favor of Vandebilt. The Hurricanes will inbound. Lytle. They're going to still be in that pressure defense. Lytle gets it into Ankar. Ankar working on Coleman. Long pass down the floor to Vong. Vong had a quick start to the game. Fires one up, missed it. Rebound goes to McGee, who lays it up and in. So a second chance opportunity. Now here come the Terriers in a blur. Jahari Coleman to Matthews has been white hot. Missed it. Rebound goes back tapped to Johnson. Johnson gets it to Jaden Coleman. Back to Johnson on the right wing. Now, three-pointer blocked. Nixon attempted a good block by the Hurricanes. And now here they come. McGee getting it to Vong. Vong across the timeline. Working on Matthews, deflected by Jahari Coleman, saved, but to a Hurricane. And now Vong's got it top of the key. Being very closely guarded by Matthews, back all the way on the other side of midcourt. Look at the defense of Vandebilt. Now they get it to Vong, but a foul will be called. The Hurricanes went from having it at the three-point line to it being deflected on the other side of midcourt to for a second. I thought it would be a 10-second violation. Relentless pressure defense.
When you can take Nixon out of the game and sub him with Sam Kennard.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, huh?
The only thing you may lose is a little height.
Jahari Coleman just picked up his third foul. We'll keep our eyes on that as the Hurricanes shoot a mid-range. No good. Rebound goes to Jaden Coleman. Jaden Coleman, long pass down the floor to Kennard. Kennard on the right side of the rim, lays it up and in. So Sam Kennard scores it. That's his first two of the game. Now here come the Hurricanes. Vong throws it away. Here come the Terriers. Coleman to his brother at the rim, lays it up and in. That's Jaden Coleman with the feed from Jahari Coleman. It's a 30-point game. Davis across midcourt. At midcourt. Working on Jaden Coleman to Vong on the baseline. Vong being closely guarded by Jahari Coleman. Has the pass stolen, and here come the Terriers. 3-on-1 break. Matthews at the rim, lays it up and in. Matthews' big night continues, and it's 57-25. We're 3 points away from that magic number for the Terriers. Davis across the timeline. The right side of the floor gets to the corner. Vong for a three. Short. Rebound goes to the Terriers, and they're pushing it in a blur. Coleman at the rim on the left side. Lays it up and in. My goodness, the speed of this Vandebilt team. Here comes South Plaque the other way. Lytle being very closely guarded. Gets it to Vong. Pass is deflected, but Vong gets control of it. They feed it inside. Offensive foul called on Tyler Vong. With 3:39 to go, the Terriers are a bucket away from making sure that this clock doesn't stop again as Landon Vicknair checks into the game.
Wow, look, the Terriers are so well coached. What's happening when they penetrate? They had this past time 2 guys already running down the court trying to get layups.
Jaden Coleman getting into Johnson. Now back to Coleman. His brother Jahari shoots the floater. No, rebound goes to the Hurricanes. 3:22 to go. All Vandebilt. They're up big. 59-25 over South Plaquemines. Davis across midcourt. Working on Jaden Coleman. Passes it to the right wing to McGee. McGee working on Johnson. Now they get it to the middle. Prout. Now Davis with a triple try. He got it. There you go. Big shot there. South Plaque. And they made it a 31-point game. There's a little more work to do to get across that 35-point threshold. Jahari Coleman to Jaden Coleman. To the right corner they go. Vicknair now back to Coleman, and he lost it. So it's going to either be out of bounds or over and back, and it will be out of bounds.
Yeah, he tried catching that ball at one hand at time and just got away from him.
He was a first-team all-district receiver. He's trying to make another nice catch. The Terriers are going to get Carter Burnell into the game. Jaden Coleman will take a breather with 2:47 to go in the third. Lytle. For the Hurricanes, gets it to Vong. Vong with another triple. Got it. So Vong finds that form that he had earlier in the game, and it's back inside of 30. It's a 28-point game. Jahari Coleman to the right corner they go. Up to the left wing, Johnson. Johnson to Vicknair for a three. That got deflected. He got fouled also. Got deflected, but then the guy who blocked the shot just clean ran him over. That was Lytle. So it'll be 3 shots coming for Landon Vicknair. He's one of the seniors, 1 of 4. Jahari Coleman, Manning Smith, Landon Vicknair, and Sam Kennard. That's the 4. Shot from Vicknair is up and good.
60 points, and we're still only 2 minutes left to go in the third.
Vicknair's second shot is up and strong off the heel. Lytle will check out of the game. Number 3, Stevenson will check into the game. 1 more shot for Landon Vicknair. He shoots it up and missed it. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes will try to trim the deficit some. Davis getting it to the left corner. There's Vong with a 3. Banked it in. How do you bank it in from the corner? Vong's got 12, all 3s. Coleman getting it to Johnson. Johnson thinks about the shot. Now Jahari Coleman shoots the mid-range left hand. Nothing but the bottom. pretty shot from Jahari Coleman, who's had a big afternoon. And it's 62-34. Here come the Hurricanes. Davis is fouled, and that I believe will be the fourth on Jahari Coleman. Yep, that will be his fourth. He's got 18 points, but he's got 4 fouls. They're going to probably get a sub in for him, and here comes Jalen Coleman, who will check in. It's always good when your reserve guard is a 4-star running back being recruited by everybody in the country. They get an inbounds. McGee on the baseline on the right side. Now to Davis. Davis feeds it inside. Tough mid-range. No. Rebound goes to Jalen Coleman. Jalen Coleman pushing it down the floor. They get it to Vickner in the corner for a 3. Splash! And the Terriers add 3 to their lead. Vickner scores it. The Hurricanes quickly the other way. Vong, who's had the hot hand, now to Stevenson. 1:23 to go in the third quarter. All Vandebilt leading by 31. Prout working on Vickner. Feeding it to the middle. McGee backs down. Tough shot blocked away. Gets the rebound, though. Backs down. Blocked away. Johnson with 2 blocks. The Terriers save it. Bunnell to the corner for Vickner. How about another? Short. Boy, they were ready to go crazy. Long pass down the floor. Davis, 1-on-3. Shoots it up, and it'll be a foul. The Terriers got that vibe, boy. Everybody rooting for everybody else. Everybody playing together, sharing the basketball. It's very pretty to see. South Plaque will be shooting 2.
Vickner made a good move. He had a 3-pointer to keep the guard. Took a step, dribbled away, had an open look.
Davis misses the first with 57.5 to go in the third quarter. All Vandebilt. It's been all Vandebilt from about the 2-minute mark of the first quarter after a close start. Missed them both. Rebound to Jalen Coleman. Coleman coming the other way on the right side of the floor. 51 seconds on the running clock. Coleman to Vickner in the corner. Back to Coleman. Coleman into the lane. Back to Vickner. Has a hard time corralling the pass, but now he's got it. Inside they go to Kennard. Tough shot in traffic. No. Rebound goes to McGee. McGee to Davis. South Plaque with another opportunity. Kennard tried to rip at it. They get it to McGee in the middle in the paint, and it's poked away, fighting on the floor. Good hustle by McGee, but it'll be a timeout called by South Plaquemines. So good hustle by Donnell McGee. Gets on the floor, calls timeout. 65-34 the score, 27.6 to go. Partner, what are you seeing out there on the floor?
That says a lot about the character of McGee. You're down 30, you're still diving on the floor for a loose ball. It's a great job by that young man. But again, the Terriers, when the tempo is picked up a little bit, they're hard to defend. If you can somehow slow the tempo down a little, you can have a chance. But the guards do a good job penetrating, and when the alley to the lane is not there, they have the ability to stop and shoot those short jumpers right outside the lane.
They are in the district with Houma Christian School. That'll be one heck of a matchup. Just watching them play a little bit, watching Houma Christian play a little bit, they may be the 2 favorites in that district. Stevenson will inbound. Getting it into McGee. McGee back to Stevenson on the baseline. Now top of the key, they go Davis. Davis near midcourt. To the right side is deflected. Vong trying to get it. He's on the floor. The Terriers pulled it away. Bunnell at the rim on the left side. Lays it up and in. Good strong move from Carter Bunnell. 8 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Shot the left-hand layup with the left hand.
Davis, 3 seconds. Got to make a move. Shoots a tough shot in traffic. That's good at the buzzer. So South Plaquemine gets that to fall, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter with our score. Vandebilt 67, South Plaquemine 36. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to our Game of the Week on ESPN 100.3. 1 quarter to go. It's all Vandebilt. The only drama here is whether or not the Terriers will get it to running time. They lead by 31, 67 to 36. Casey just go with Coach Brian Colley. Happy to be here in Houma. Davis for the Hurricanes going right to left. Gets it to Vong. Vong will get it into McGee, who's going to back down Johnson. Now back to Vong with a long three. Short. Rebound goes to Johnson. Johnson coming hard down the floor, getting it to Kennard. Three-pointer, short. Rebound goes up in the air to the Hurricanes. So here comes the Hurricanes. Boy, Maryland got away with a walk. And they'll get it to Davis.
Vignier did a good job jumping at him.
Pulled the chair out on him, huh? Davis across the timeline working on Coleman. Coleman had some football injuries. He played a full season at tailback, but he's back out there for the Terriers now. They're going to get it inside to Prout. He's going to back down Kennard. Prout will have it poked away. Here comes Coleman and the Vandebilt team. Coleman in transition will drop it off to Burnell. We'll get it to Vic there, and the Terriers will run some offense. Get it to Johnson. Johnson's made a triple early in the game. Missed that one. Rebound goes to Burnell. Gets it to Coleman, and the Terriers will reset. Coleman is on the left baseline. To Johnson on the right side. Johnson attacks. Nice pass for the layup to Burnell. Beautiful feed. The Terriers are up 33. That was a gorgeous look there.
That last possession, if you can see Kennard playing defense, stayed square, allowed his teammate to come and get the block.
A steal by Vigner on the other end. Vandebilt now trying to get that bucket to push it to running time. Vigner on the left side. They get into Kennard at the rim, lays it up, and the clock will not stop again. Sam Kennard scores it, 6:20 to go, 71 to 36. It's a 35-point game. Davis, top of the key, getting it to McGee. McGee with the mid-range, pull up, no rebound goes to Kennard. Here come the Terriers pushing it down the floor. Oh, now walking it down the floor. 6 minutes to go. Get it to JT Johnson into the middle. What a find for another layup. Burnell, boy, just carving him up. How many highlight reel passes have we seen today from the Terriers?
Burnell just camped out on the block, waiting for the pass.
Davis with the mid-range, no. Rebound to Kennard. Kennard coming hard down the floor. All the way through, up in the air. Burnell with a three. Strong. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. They're going to throw a home run pass that will be caught by Davis in traffic. He shoots a step-back three. How about it? Tough shot. Coach Veal will call a timeout with our score 73 to 39, 5:26 to go. Everybody's going to take a little bit of a breather. Partner, the Terriers just continue to add on. They're playing very, very well.
Look, South Plaque is not a bad team.
No, they're not.
Outside, Davis, McGee working hard on the inside. You can see how this team won some games early on in the year.
Yep, they've come to home and they've run into a buzzsaw, man. I don't know that very many are going to beat Vandebilt, especially here.
But South Plaque in Vandebilt's district would win some games.
Absolutely. Absolutely they would. It is a 30-second timeout.
And you're right, man. That Houma Christian game, that'll be a good matchup.
9 players for Vandebilt have scored tonight. And that's the thing. You know, your instinct is, okay, 30-point game, yeah, let's put our backups in. Their backups could start. Yep. There's no way to fully clear the bench. Everybody on this team could play. Jahari Coleman coming hard the other way out of the timeout. Gets it to Vigner. Wide open three. Splash! Vigner scores it. Vigner's got 7. And it's 76 to 39. Encore to Stevenson. Stevenson back to Encore. They feed it inside. Lytle backs down. Baby hook is good. It's a good strong move there. And it's 76 to 41.
Good offensive set from the Hurricanes.
Quickly the other way. Vigner in the corner for a three again. How about it? He is lighting it up. Now here come the Hurricanes. Ball's on the floor. Encore loses it, but they get it to the right baseline area for a step-back three that's strong. Rebound goes to Burnell. Vigner is now in double digits. He's got 10. Jahari Coleman. How about it? Oh, he thought about the heat check. Jahari Coleman feeds it inside to the big fella Hill, who missed the layup. Hill would have been the 10th Vandebilt player to score had he made that one. That tells me he's going to get one before the game ends. Davis The right baseline, they try to force it inside, stolen away. Vigner's got it. Vigner coming in transition. We'll get it to Coleman. Coleman pushing it down the floor. How about another Mr. Vigner? Missed it. Rebound goes to Stevenson. Stevenson hard in transition, loses the dribble. We'll get it to number 5, Davis, with an NBA three. Strong. Rebound goes to Coleman. 3:50 to go. All Terriers, and now they'll walk it down the floor. Vandebilt has been in control throughout. Jahari Coleman, he was one of the guys who provided that spark early for the Terriers. Jaden Coleman back to Jahari. How about a three, Jahari? Short. Rebound goes to McGee. Now Davis pushing it hard down the floor at the rim, lays it up and in. Good strong move there from Kyron Davis.
Yeah, he's a player.
Here come the Terriers. Jahari Coleman feeding it to Hill on the right block. We'll lay it up, no good, but it'll draw the foul. So Silas Hill will go and shoot 2. He's got a chance to get his name in the books. I tell you, boy, Silas has got good footwork, good body control. He just needs to get that soft touch off the glass. Once he gets that, he's going to be a weapon for this team. He's a big boy. His first free throw is no good.
That's just what the Terriers need, right?
Another weapon.
On the inside.
A 6'5" weapon. The clock continuing to run, as we've mentioned earlier, so it's now to 2:45 and counting. This one's just about wrapped up. We're going to get some comments from Coach Vio, at least we think, after the game. Second free throw, no good. Davis. By the way, we want to thank Coach Vio taking care of us, getting us hooked up with a table. And Stevenson getting it to McGee. Get it to the middle of the floor. McGee, mid-range, short. Rebound goes to Coleman. Jahari Coleman pushing it down the floor. Jahari on the left side of the rim loses the dribble, or loses his footing, but gets back up to the right side. Vigner three, strong. Rebound back tap by Coleman to the left baseline. Now they get it to his brother Jaden Coleman. Coleman back to Vigner in the corner. Long reverse pass. Good ball movement to Burnell. Now Coleman to Vigner in the corner. Feeds it inside, deflected and stolen by the Hurricanes. Davis getting it to the rim for a layup by Cameron Stevenson. So 2 more for South Plaquemines, and it's 79-45. Minute 46 to go. Coleman attacks, feeds it inside. Good pass. Oh, my goodness. The big guy can't buy one. Hill just missed that one. Now Davis coming the other way. Long three. Strong. Rebound goes to Coleman. Jahari Coleman pushing it down the floor. Shoots the mid-range. Got it. Boy, he's had that mid-range stroke from the second he walked into the gym tonight. He's got 20, and the Terriers lead 81-45. South Plaque with another couple of possessions. The Terriers are trying to foul to get some subs in, but instead they get a bank three from Tim Williams and an immediate timeout by Coach Veal. They're going to get number 20, Sandolph, into the game, number 1, Jay Smith, into the game. They're going to get the 2 Colemans out. Brother and brother will go and take a seat.
And look, Silas Hill that last time missed the layup. Instead of pouting after he missed the layup, he was one of the first
sprinted
back
down
on defense and almost got the rebound.
Yep, sprinted down the floor. 1 minute to go. The Terriers are in control. Sandolph, we saw him earlier. Everybody has played for Vandebilt tonight. Getting it to Burnell. Back to Sandolph. To the right corner they go. Now to the middle. Oh, the big fella loses the dribble. I want him to score so bad. Here come the Hurricanes in transition at the rim. No good on the shot, but Ankar gets his own rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds. He was standing out of bounds, so he threw the back pass. Clock continues to run. 33 seconds left in this one. This will probably be the last possession of the game. Sandolph to Vigner. Out to Smith. Coach Veal saying, all right, guys, that's enough. But South Plaque is closely guarding them, making them work for it. They get it back across the timeline to Burnell. Get to Sandolph. Coach Veal saying, hey, let's pull it back out. And that is going to wrap up tonight's ball game with our final score. Vandebilt 81, South Plaquemines 48. Brian Colley, some final thoughts as the Terriers get the win tonight.
Terriers came on their home court, did what they had to do. When the tempo picked up with about 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Terriers never looked back. Give credit South Plaque, they played hard.